So Nicolene was just asking about that I had said that I wanted to say a few things about the session she did with Hildegard about the shoulder, right?
In the last segment,
Yeah.
huh? We're talking about, yeah.
At the last class that we had together. And I thought that on the whole, it was a very excellent presentation and covered most of the ideas about, or many ideas about treating the shoulder. Both Deb and I had the comment that working in left side lying might be helpful. And I remember that you said that that was not a comfortable position for
Yeah. Maybe you should make in 2 sentences, because I don't remember it anymore. The casus. I do remember that Hildegard wanted to do something with rotation, but I forgot her question.
uh-huh. I'm not sure I
Did you
can say
know?
that either.
Huh?
I
Did
said
you
I
know?
can't say that either.
Oh, okay, okay. Because otherwise, maybe it's not so interesting for Nancy, Claire, and Louise to listen to something that I didn't even see it today because I couldn't find the cases. No, I couldn't find the video.
Uh-huh.
But okay, if you can make some content to what you're saying,
Mhm. So
then everybody understands it.
um, I was talking about lying on the left side while we treated the right shoulder, right? And
Yeah,
um, and for some reason she was not comfortable on that side.
yeah.
But
She told me that she couldn't lie on the side with her other shoulder. So
well,
we
because
had
her
to
other
find a way. I think I did everything in sitting, no?
sitting and standing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, the lying on the side is just so interesting and helpful because you can reach both the front and the back part of the shoulder at
yeah,
the same time. You can treat both front and back. Um,
yeah.
but if it's not comfortable for the client and you can't find a way to make it comfortable, maybe with pillows under the arm.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's what you told already, to make that a challenge, to see
uh
how you can somebody become comfortable inside lying, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. I agree. I agree. Maybe we should have taken more time. I simply said yes to the fact that she said no. I'm not going to lie on one of my sides because that's not comfortable,
Uh-huh.
and that's too easy to go with that. Maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good learning moment. Sure.
Mhm. And maybe there was no way to make it comfortable for her, and that your
Uh,
choice of doing other positions then would be just would be the correct choice.
uh, uh,
Okay. The other,
but I think that in that position, it's your preference. You think you could do more?
yes, because I think that having access to both the front and the back of the shoulder at the same time
Yeah,
helps.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh,
I understand.
gives you more options than either treating the front. Oh, I suppose you can do the same in standing or
Yeah,
sitting, supposedly, but um, having gravity eliminated is often helpful.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So that's just a
standing,
little.
I'm not, yeah, yeah, standing, I'm not sure. A lot of people who are already quite tired don't want to stand, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You can, I don't know how you make that comfortable,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
but it's a question on sich, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the first thing I wanted to say about it. The second thing was that I thought that you could have emphasized the movement of the
Oh,
pelvis
yeah.
into anterior and pelvic tilting more,
Okay.
right? Because when we go into path 4, the pelvis on the active side tilts forward. And when we go into path 3, the pelvis on the active side tilts back. And we can do a little just demonstration of that. Let me. Let's see.
There you go. You got it.
All right. So I'm going to do pass 3 and 4 on my left side. My left side will be active, and I move my left knee forward for path 4 and back for path 3. Now I can add my foot to that by lifting my heel as I go into path 4, shifting the weight to the front of the foot, and lifting my toes as I go into path 3. And if you put your hand on your iliac crest, as you do that movement, you will feel that the pelvis tilts forward, meaning that the ASIS moves down and forward when you go into path 4, and it tilts back into path 3. Up. And the ASIS then moves up and back. So can everyone feel that movement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And if you put your hand on the opposite ASIS and iliac crest, then you'll see that the pelvis tilts in the opposite direction from the active leg. Your left leg is still the active leg. You're moving your knee forward and back to create this movement. And as you do this, can you feel that your spine is activated to become more flexed or more extended, more kyphosis and more lordosis. And all of that spinal movement helps to contribute to the opening and closing of the shoulder, of the anterior shoulder, and the movement of the shoulder blades across the back. Now, for a contrast, try keeping your pelvis still and just turning your upper body, rotating. You can push down on the active leg again. But you feel that the motion is really concentrated in the upper back, where when you think about this pelvic motion in addition, the lower back can contribute more to the movement.
Are you still having your right leg as the active one?
My left leg is the active leg.
No, the left one. Okay.
It was the left. But you really can't tell. It might be the right, right?
Yeah, or you can
Or
change.
You could do path 4 on the left and path 4 on the right, changing.
Yeah. But then you should shift your pelvis first to the other leg. Yeah.
So that differentiated pelvic motion on the left and right sides is very helpful in keeping the shoulder free.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice, interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well,
Questions?
the interesting part, of course, is that you're making connection with
Right.
the basis, huh?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And due to the fact that it's sitting, we were doing the rotation, 3 and 4. So that means that you connect automatically also with the leg, with the feet. Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, nice, very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I didn't do that, I guess.
No, I
I don't
didn't. I
remember.
didn't see that you were involving the pelvis very
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Well, wasn't she sitting on a table too?
Sh- She
yeah,
was sitting on a table
So sometimes that just puts you in a different position.
yeah,
because the table's higher, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Depends on the length
yeah.
of the legs. You know?
Yeah, well, I have an adjustable table, so I do remember that her feet were on the ground. And of course, I never would work with wobbling feet, no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good. There was a 90-degree angle everywhere. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Not completely in the hip, a little bit more
Yes.
downwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Greater than 90 degrees.
Yeah. Questions?
I was just going to pipe up around that greater than 90 at the hips.
Uh-huh.
Because for me, it's really been a game changer to add more height to my chair so
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that I'm not sitting on the back of my pelvis floor. And it's made a change for me for the better. And it's not um, keeping me from excursioning the pelvis when I do this exercise and seated. So that's all I'm saying.
And what's the discovery? I'm sorry, Louise. What's the
Oh, just
discovery?
that I needed some lift on my chair seat to get that opening. But to get the angle of the hips so that the knees are slightly lower than the hips,
Yeah.
and so that I can sit on the center of my pelvis and not be automatically sort of pushed back.
Oh, yeah, sure. But
Tail.
of course, you know those things already, I guess.
Y-
I have them also in my
yeah,
car.
yeah,
Huh? And
yeah,
they oblige you because this is foamed for
yeah,
your ass, so to speak.
yeah.
But it means that you're already a little bit obliged to
Yeah,
sit.
yeah, 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 yeah. And so
Huh?
it's not, yeah, it's the balance, that tricky balance between not, exaggerating the lumbar spine curve and
Yeah,
and
no.
having so have it happen really from the seat and not from the lower back. So that's
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Because everybody is tends to sit backwards, the sitting
yeah,
bones,
Mhm.
and with this nice change in this pillow, it brings you more active. Not even hollow. No, not even that. And of course, in a car, there's almost something like this if you're going to
yeah.
the back. So then you really need something, or in your lower back, or to sit on. And I have to say, certainly, if I'm making long drives, that it helps me to stay on my vertebral column. No.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Right.
have a long one coming up this weekend, so I'm definitely going to bring all the props for the car drive.
And this is not enough for you?
Yeah, no, usually it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I take it everywhere. I like it very much.
Yeah. The other thing about the car that I think about is the fact that the headrest is often positioned to push you
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
And so it helps to have a cushion in your upper
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
that's I use that too. A little
a
square.
roller. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a little rectangular pillow that's meant for that, which is really helpful.
Nice.
Mhm.
And my husband hates it, so when he drives, I can take the pillow. There's
Yeah.
no problem there.
I think I remember one of Joseph's suggestion was to put the rear view mirror up a little bit higher so you have to roll up.
Yeah,
Oh, very
that's
good.
what. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uplift, uplift.
Up. That's the
You're
one.
Yeah,
the most
sure.
genuinely inspiring, uplifting mentor, Deb.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there other questions or problems that people like to discuss, or would someone like to lead us in a movement exercise?
Since we don't have a lot of time, it would be wonderful, in my humble opinion, to pursue this shoulder work on sideline, maybe, since we talked about it.
Okay.
I'm not prepared for it particularly, so I'm not suggesting I'd like to lead it, but maybe Nicolene.
You could lead.
Maybe Nicolene. I don't know. I don't
I,
want to
I,
put you on the spot.
I,
So
if I would do that, it would be completely improvisate because I have
yes, of
no
course. Yeah.
idea
But
if
I
I
don't mean
would.
to put you on the spot either. And
Yeah.
I think Claire's hand was up.
In sight lying, I cannot imagine now how I would do the patterns, but maybe Deb or Kimi, we have the luxury of having them both today,
Yeah.
of making this come through in sight lying.
Okay. You want
Yeah.
to take that on, Deb?
Yeah.
And I think Claire's hand was also up. I don't know. Were you?
There?
Uh, yeah. Um, I do remember that when Alfo gave his lesson, the first, the one way about the breathing, I heard a lot from anyone that was doing it, that they could feel the diaphragm and the movement of the diaphragm, and it's something I'm not sure I even feel.
Oh,
I know about the movement of the diaphragm according to the breath and everything,
Mhm.
but it's not something I'm not sure I'm feeling that actually.
do you feel your ribs move?
Yeah, sure.
I don't necessarily feel that, but I feel
Ah,
it when there's a release. So for me, my pattern is to have, excessive lumbar curves. So this lower part of the back rib is tight. And I've
mm-hmm,
been working a lot on kind of finding more space here.
mm-hmm,
And then when I can find the more space, I feel like all this sort of tensioning from the inside, from the breathing diaphragm, this awareness that I don't get when everything is kind of all tight back there. So I guess all I'm saying is that I don't feel it on a regular day, but I feel it when I'm creating new space for the breathing diaphragm to excursion.
mm-hmm.
So I feel the contrast rather than the regular part.
Yeah.
I think that you might be able to use the fact that the diaphragm attaches to the inside of the lowest ribs
Mm-hmm.
as a sort of guide, so that if you can feel your lowest ribs, and a couple of them, the 11th and 12th, are difficult to feel because they don't come all the way around. But if you feel your lower ribs and you breathe,
On the front side.
hold on,
The rib gates.
Oh, yeah.
it's again. You put your hands on your lowest ribs, the four fingers in front, the thumbs in the back, and you do a little bit of paths 1, and 2, so that you feel that in path 1, the front ribs descend and the back ribs ascend, go up. And when you go into path 2, the back ribs descend and the front ribs go up.
I have the feeling that it's the other way around, but I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but
Yeah.
Depends on whether you're breathing into your back or into the front.
Okay.
Okay. But if you think about the diaphragm being a sheet that attaches across the your body,
Diaphragm.
across the opening of the torso, for all of the organs, and you think that you breathe in and you feel either your back ribs go down or your front ribs go down, it's taking the diaphragm with it. When the ribs move, the diaphragm's attached to the ribs, so the diaphragm's going to move too.
so for me in this movement, if I do reverse breathing and I inhale in what I believe is path 2 is the spinal flexion, that really opens up that whole lower back ribs. And then when I exhale, I use the upward movement of the breathing diaphragm to support the back extension. But that's because of my, typical habitual posture. I find it helpful.
So what's your posture? Kyphosis or lordosis?
Lordosis.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Probably a little bit of both, actually.
So Claire, I would say if you can feel your ribs move, then your diaphragm is moving with your ribs.
Okay. Okay, so it's not like any other specific points. Yeah.
As you inhale, they say the diaphragm flattens, and
Yeah.
as you exhale, it becomes more dome-like.
And then one small question, is that pathway 1 and 2 initiated by your pelvis or by your ribs?
That's a good question. It might be initiated by your feet.
Okay, yeah, okay. It looked as if you started from your pelvis on, but it's interesting because you can differentiate whatever you like if you're saying it like this, no?
Yeah.
Nice. So what did you do?
I was aware of the shift of weight on my feet, but I probably was thinking more about rolling forward on my sit bones or rolling back on my sit bones.
Yeah.
As the main initiator of the movement.
Oh, really? Are your feet that important for this movement? They're just supporting me a little bit if I'm doing this.
What if you thought you could shift your weight to the front of your feet for path 1 and back of your feet for path 2?
A very small amount of movement.
Very small. And then
Very small.
that also gets the knees moving forward and backward.
Yeah. Maybe I could feel that more if we're going to do pathway 3 and 4, you know,
Mhm.
that the feet are involved. You feel? Because then you can push. You don't need the front or the back side of your feet.
Are your hamstrings loose?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
No tension in the hamstrings. Try it.
Yeah. It's almost impossible. Then you cannot push, no?
Then it comes more from the pelvis, the hips.
Very small movement again.
Let's see what everyone's doing. Sorry.
Nice. Yeah, good instruction to keep the hamstrings relaxed.
Uh-huh.
Claire, are you doing it in standing or are you sitting as well?
I'm standing.
Ah, okay.
And how is that?
Yeah, how's that?
Uh, I don't know. I also engage the shift of weight from the feet,
Uh-huh.
but it's very subtle the difference. I mean, because then the pelvis is also moving and the rest of the
Small movement.
spine. So, but okay, so I understood wrong. I understood that people were really feeling the diaphragm, like locating it, and I like now I can feel the ribs, but it's not like I locate the diaphragm itself.
So
Yeah.
I'd like to offer just one other thing, which is not really a CMI thing, but you can tension your diaphragm with what's called a diaphragm vacuum. And that can help you feel that place in your body. And basically you would take a breath in, take a breath out. You can hinge forward, rest your hands on the top of your thighs. And then the next time you take an in breath, exhale all the way and stay there without taking more breath in. Imagine filling your ribs with breath. So you're creating a sort of vacuum. So you're imagining that you're breathing in while not actually taking breath in. So then you can let that go, pause, and try it again.
Okay. Can you talk us through that again, please?
Yeah. So basically, we're gonna start standing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you'd like on an inhale, you can hinge forward at your hips, let your hands slide down the top of your thighs, reach long, crown to tail, and then exhale completely. Imagine emptying out of breath. And then when you're empty of breath, imagine filling your ribs with air, but you're not taking more breath in. So you're tensioning, you're creating a vacuum. And then of course let that go. Don't pass out. You don't want to go for so long that you make
So
yourself sick.
you're in fact holding your breath.
Yes, you're holding your breath, but you're tensioning your ribs, your lungs, as if you were breathing. So that creates a little breathing diaphragm vacuum, and it's a good way to kind of feel it. So once again, you take your in breath, maybe hinging forward, finding that space, ribs to pelvis, and then exhale all the way out, like you're blowing 1,000 candles without actually taking breath in. Imagine expanding your ribs like you were taking an in breath. And yes, you might start coughing or doing something like that because you're actually stretching through there. Do you feel it? Does anyone feel that?
Yeah, I did feel it.
Yeah. Did you feel that, Claire?
Yeah, a little bit. It's also like when you breathe in for 4 counts and then breathe out for 8 counts.
Yeah.
So that feeling, no?
Yeah. That feeling where you're creating a little bit of a vacuum. So all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're kind of starting to feel this jellyfish kind of thing inside your ribs.
Yeah. This I don't, but the
Would be
vacuum
nice.
I do. Yeah. No, but I'm relieved. I thought everyone was feeling something that I don't feel. But
Not that easy. You kind of have to work at it
And then
as far as I'm.
specifically, Claire, you're talking about experiencing your diaphragm or not?
right, and
Yeah.
locating it to at the same time. But I think I understand now that it's not possible. It's attached to the ribs, and then through the ribs or through other movements, you can imagine it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can either feel or imagine how it changes.
yeah, yeah,
It's all imagination.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's several animations of the diaphragm that you can find on the web where it
Yeah,
shows the diaphragm uh, flattening out, flattening out.
yeah.
And that sort of image, if you have that sort of image as you're breathing, you can at least imagine what the diaphragm is doing. I don't know if you actually feel it.
Okay, okay. No, I've been watching those little films and yeah.
Mhm. So a lot of the work that we do in connecting movement, I think, is imagination
Hmm.
and visualization.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can imagine an upside down, actually a right side up umbrella,
I,
opening and closing.
see them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's the same, of course, with the pathways. If I'm doing all my exercises in the morning, not more than 4 or 5, and what's hip now all over the world is those strange 5 movements. I think everybody knows it from Instagram. This is one of them. And in the evening, I'm doing it very slowly, but in the morning, I'm doing it fast 60 times. As there are 4 other movements that you do, and then I can walk like as if I was 20 or something.
Mhm.
And before my day starts, then afterwards, I'm doing all the 6 pathways, not more than 2 minutes.
Mhm.
And then I have to say that walking is easier, turning is easy, everything it becomes easier.
Mhm.
And you can say that's imagination, but that's of course not. It's because of it's nice, and the learning process becomes easy because the day starts so easy if you make a habit of that, no?
Then
And that's when I see that. So I can imagine all kinds of functional movements when I'm doing the pathways, but in fact, they stay for me certainly in the morning pathways and no functional movements. But all the functional movements become more easy afterwards.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And of course, that's the goal, but to embody that really every day, that's simply, yeah, learning by doing, no?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I find doing them before you get out of bed is just so valuable. It's
Before you get out of bed, that's interesting. So you're doing it lying down with your knees back.
supine and side lying
Huh?
is what I
Yeah,
do, and I I get out of bed better.
Yeah, sure.
And
I
then
can
and just as
imagine.
you're saying, you've started to warm and to oil or lubricate your joints and tissues, and so it just really feels better.
And you
Yes.
and you've started connecting movement.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Also,
start with the 4-bar kinematic
yeah.
chains with my feet and my legs, and to
Mm.
just get that started at first. And
Mhm.
then I'm thinking connection right then.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a
imagination
question.
is always a big part, eh? Sorry, Debbie.
I had a question once upon a time. I said, why do animals when they wake up, they stretch? When a baby wakes up, it stretches. We all stretch
Yes.
when we first wake up. And the question was why? Um, so someone said the answer, I don't know, Kimi, what you say is that the muscles shorten as you're in resting position.
Mm.
And it's your first response is to open up. But we all do it. You watch a dog or a cat, they stretch before they move.
Yes.
They're smarter than we are anyway, but
Yeah,
Definitely.
retoning or something, relaxing in the tonus. Yeah, from the night. Yeah.
I wonder if animals all drink water also when they first get up. Ideally, that's what we should do, is moving and then hydrating and get all the juices flowing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that more regularly to have water first in the morning.
do you have any theory on that, Kimi?
No.
I just, it was an observation. It's like my dog, he's like, wait a minute, I got to stretch. Yeah. Cats, they all do
Cats
it.
completely do it. Always. Yeah.
The birds, they stretch out their legs.
Yeah.
I had a bird.
Yeah.
I just found it curious. They're pretty smart.
Right.
They use their bodies more effectively than we do in some respects, I think. We can learn from them for sure.
What time is it? So,
Okay. Let's see. We were about to do something else when Claire brought up her question about the diaphragm. So thank you for bringing that up. I think it was very interesting. Oh, you were talking about side lying, Nicolene. Difficulty in side lying.
Yeah, and but I simply didn't practice that much. I could do
Uh-huh.
it, but we were talking about the fact that one of you two would give a short demonstration of doing some pathways inside lying. Yes,
Okay.
that's where we ended up before we started with the diaphragm, no?
Okay. So, um, do you want to do that, Deb?
sure. I can talk it and you guys can do it.
Okay.
So you can get on the floor.
Would you like me to make myself big again?
Sure.
Okay.
So you lie on your comfortable side, whatever side that is, with your head supported. You'll line up your knees, your hips, your shoulders, and your head. Yeah.
This thing out of here. Oh, good God. I'm gonna get rid of this.
A little bit lower. Okay, I think I can see everyone. So just as a test move of the range of motion in your arms, have your arms out at, say 3 o'clock out in front of you on the floor. Both hands, one hand on top of the other. And you're just going to rotate the top arm back and stop when it gets, say you're at 3 o'clock, you're going to rotate towards 9 o'clock and just see what your range is and stop when it gets uncomfortable. And then you come back. So it's just your starting point. Let your top arm rest on your by your hip, down towards your feet, straight arm, straight elbow. And we're going to think of path 3. We're just going to let the hip, it's a sequential move. The hip's going to move back, the ribs, and then the shoulder. And to come back, you're going to move the knee or the hip first, the ribs, and then the shoulder. Your arm stays at rest. Try that a couple times. You can try a couple different things of thinking of the knee that travels first or the hip. Breathing is good. Also, another position for your hand could be resting on your ribs with your arm relaxed. Yep. And then come back to neutral. This time with your arm resting by your ribs, as you the hip goes back, the ribs, let the elbow come back and touch the floor, if it can, the surface. And then again, you're going to return back to the starting position with your hip, your rib, and then your shoulder. So what pathways are we using?
3 and 4.
Correct. And so the knees don't stay locked. They're moving, right? The top knee. So if someone's having trouble with that, another starting point, if you go back to neutral, is if you press the bottom knee into the floor and then start the move from there. It's just a light press. Was that any different? Or is it hard to tell?
I think it opens the top hip joint a little bit when you press on the bottom.
Yeah. So when you come back to neutral, you can press the bottom arm and the bottom knee, or you could start with just the arm. The bottom arm presses into the floor, and that usually opens up the chest a little bit more. You can let the elbow drift back.
Brilliant.
So there's different points of origin, and then the bottom knee and arm can press into the floor. The elbow can come back, and then the hand extends outward. Palm is up towards the ceiling. So once you roll back, the elbow touches, and then the palm opens up. And then you bring back the palm onto the body and roll forward. This is if someone's got a really sore shoulder, because when you extend the arm, it puts more stress on the joints. So do you find that you get more range when the bottom arm or leg helps out?
Yeah.
What I find is that it gives me a little bit more anchoring so that I can wait for the movement to translate up the spine rather than kind of falling into it.
Yeah.
Because I have pretty large round hips. So if they start moving, they can drive the show real fast.
They always want to be in charge.
Yeah. So I like this anchoring with the bottom arm and knee.
So if you were to, so everything was going back. So if you went forward, if the elbow stayed bent and you'd bring the elbow towards the floor, what path is that?
4.
Yep. So Nicolene, let your elbow be lower. It's going to touch the floor. Yeah. Instead of being up, it'll just stay near the floor. And then it just sweeps back towards your waist and your ribs. Yeah. Is one direction more comfortable than the other, going forward or going back?
Totally different.
So when you go forward, stay there and then extend the top leg back a little bit and just keep that lengthening. Let your top leg just rest.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say extend the bottom leg?
Nope, top leg.
Like,
And just let that leg rest. Isn't that a nice opening?
Yes. Good for the psoas.
And then you're going to reverse that. The elbow's going to go back like the first part of the move, and then the leg moves forward. The elbow can go back and touch. The top leg can straighten out. You just stop and relax. So this is getting the hips and the ribs and not just the shoulder. Right? And reverse one more time. Breathing. No holding your breath. And then back to neutral, the first position you're in, with just your arm resting. And just move your hip forward and back like how we started. And does that feel any different? The top arm can just rest on your hip or on your ribs. And now just lie face up and compare, observe. Is there a difference? If so, what's different? Or not? You could raise one arm up towards the ceiling and then the other. Does that feel any different? Could try it with your legs straight, Louise. Any comments?
I feel like my active arm, the one that was on the top, is seated in my shoulder joint better. And it's just generally that side is landing. It feels like it's lower than the other side.
What do you think, Claire?
Sorry?
What do you think?
I feel like I'm using less muscular energy now with the right arm. I just direct it and
It's lighter.
it's lighter and less
Yeah.
less doing, let's say. The whole right side feels flatter and longer.
So we started out with, the knees, the hips moving, and then you add in an arm, and then you add in a little bit of extension, if that's okay with the person. And if I were working with a client, I would be working in the armpit area, in the ribs, the serratus, or sometimes it just depends where they're stuck. I've had a number of clients with shoulder replacements lately. And this sort of thing is helpful. Should we do the other side? We have 5 minutes.
Sure.
Yes.
So what's the starting position? Anyone remember?
Side lying, lining up ear, shoulder, hip, feet.
And your hands. And if someone had trouble with their low back, you could put a pillow between their knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the top, you're just going to test your range of motion first. Arms out at 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock, whichever one you're at. And you rotate back. You don't have to push. So that's with no assist with hips or anything. It's just seeing what your range is. Is this side different from the other? Is your range different? So let the top arm rest on your hip, your ribs and your hip, and just let the hip move back and the ribs and then forward. So that's the wind up is when you go back, that's path 3. Your top knee slides a little bit. Your arm just rests. It's not active yet. So we're thinking that the hip, the ribs, and then the shoulder move back, and then the hips move forward first, and then the ribs, and then the shoulder. It's a bit of a serpentine. And then let the elbows slide back and come back towards the floor. And then again, the hips go first, then the ribs and the shoulder to return back to neutral. And just do that a couple times. I find it's nicer, better to keep the hand in contact with the body. Are you breathing in or breathing out when you go back? Anybody remember what's next?
Yeah, and
Lengthen the arm.
the arm.
Then to left.
Lengthen the arm so the elbow touches behind.
So it touches back. So you mean to extend the hand. And then when you come forward, on the next rotation back, you can press into your knee to initiate the move. And then you come back and they can initiate from the arm. I'm kind of going fast because it's getting late. Or you can, or push from the bottom arm and knee as you rotate back. Are you inhaling or exhaling? Hopefully you're not holding your breath. And on the next one, let your arm, your elbow move forward towards the mat. And then back to neutral. So from here, you can extend, when you reach forward, you can extend the top leg back and hold that position for a little bit. Let the top leg relax. There's no tension. And you go back as far as is comfortable. It doesn't have to be a big range. And then reverse. The elbow comes back, the leg goes forward. With a straight top leg, can go forward. And alternate one more time. This is a basic move. There are other additives to this, but this is like just part one. And then go back to the original starting position. So your arm just resting on your hip and move your move into paths 3 and 4. Top knees moving forward and down or back and up. Knee hip combination. Does that feel any different than when you started?
Much more open.
And then one more test for the range of motion. The first move we did where your arms are out at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock and you reach the top arm back. Did that range change? Or ease of movement or
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's always nice to know where you finish up. And then lie face up and do one more body scan. You can test raising one arm up towards the ceiling, or one hand or the other. And then come back up to sitting. Now that you're all evened out.
Thank you, Deb.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
How's it feel in gravity? So we didn't just get to shoulders, we got ribs and hips.
Very nice. Thank you.
And we didn't test for rotation, but if like we do where you have your hand out in front of you and rotate back. We should have done that as a test, but
In standing.
yeah. What do you think, Nancy?
Great.
You're on mute.
It's a lot more fluid, you know,
It
and
looks it.
longer, a lot
Yeah.
more lengthening. That's really a wonderful exercise.
Very nice.
Yeah. My neck is also so much better.
Yeah, I feel like I need to adjust the pillow when I'm doing this because I do need a pillow side lying for my shoulders. But if I have too much of a pillow, it's hard to allow the translation through the torso and neck
Yeah,
as I
like
open up.
a kneeling pad with
Yeah, something like that.
a
Yeah.
little bit of something.
Because this is a great one for me to get through this hump. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very, very useful.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you, everyone. That was really, really nice.
there are two people, Vivian and Hildegard, who have trouble meeting at this time. So I've asked them to suggest other times, thinking that we might do one meeting a month at this time and the other meeting at the time, if there's a time when they can.
Sure.
And
Yeah, sure.
so you may get an email from me about that.
And Alpha, does this work for him at all?
No, I didn't hear
Okay.
about.
Yeah, I think this time is hard for him too,
Uh-huh.
if I remember, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll check.
Yeah. I know I will have a conflict in 2 weeks
Mhm.
that I'm going to try to come as early as I can, but it might be difficult to make it at least at the beginning of class or meeting. I don't know if we want to call it a class, but so that's the 28th.
Are we meeting weekly again?
No,
No,
every other week.
Every other week. Thank you.
Yes. So the next meeting is on the 28th.
Okay.
fourth Wednesdays we have
Yeah.
is our current schedule. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you all for
Yeah.
See
coming.
you soon.
Thank you very much.
Good to see everyone. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Same to
Happy
you.
New Year. Thank you.
Happy
Thank
New Year.
you.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
CMI. Thanks.
Okay.